How's it going, everybody? This is Mark with VEG. It's Saturday, but you guys might be on Monday or Tuesday, depending on when this goes out. Just got done golfing. Perfect time to come out because it's been so hot. This is later in the day. This is around 6:30 p.m. We want to take a look at our basil. So hopefully you guys have a lot of basil that sprouted. Each one of those green pelleted balls had 5 seeds in it. So that's just to make sure that there's a high germination rate. So if a couple of the seeds don't germinate, there's a chance that all the other ones will. So what that leaves us with are all these competing basil plants. So rather than have a bunch of competing basils, we really want a couple of them to stand out and grow strong. So what that means is that we are actually going to thin out, and by thin out I just mean pull out, some of these smaller ones that are getting shaded and are a little bit smaller, because we want the resources that are in the soil, we want that bacteria and the nutrients in there to be going to some of our larger, stronger plants. So we are gonna take out and thin out. I would go for the ones, or thin out the ones that are very, very small, that are getting shaded by the larger ones. And we're probably going to thin out about half of these, and make sure you get the root as well. And we are going to leave the super strong ones and let those guys thrive. All of these small basils you can actually use. This is almost like a micro basil, completely edible, super flavorful, and packed full of nutrients as well. So each one of these you can use as a garnish, use it however you would with basil or however you like doing it. And we are going to, there we go. I think we have about 6 or 7 basil plants left. We have a handful of micro basil that I'm sure Whole Foods would charge a fortune for. And we have some really healthy looking basil plants left. We're gonna do one more. And there we go. So you can see it's a more even spread. I lied, one more. So we have about 6 left, and then that way all of the resources are going to be going to these plants. Other than that, our romaine and butterhead lettuces, you guys can tell the difference. This was a coastal mix because the romaine is taller and lankier, and the butterhead is more compact and has these, like, it literally looks like velvety leaves on it. So these guys are growing strong. We're going to wait a little while for them to get more mature before we use them. And we have our Asian mix, which a couple of the leaves have some like white-ish mildew on them, and that's because the humidity has been insane in San Diego recently. It's just a lot of moisture in the air, and the Asian greens struggle a little bit when the temperatures get this high and the humidity gets this high. Other than that, make sure you guys are full of water. Your buddies are full of water. Take a peek at the roots. And you guys should see some healthy plants. If you have any questions, use help at growveggies.today.com. We're going to take a look at the hub real quick and at the specifically at the squash. So if you have a hub, keep watching. All right, this is for the hub growers out there. We only did, sorry if my fat face head is blocking the view. I don't know a better way to do this. This is our one zucchini squash plant, and these things are going to get heavy, and usually these branches will actually support the plant on your hub. It's kind of like arms that are support structures. You can see one up here. It's kind of bracing the plant. The only thing is, once these older leaves fall off or get old and you trim them, the plant's going to need more support. So what we have is some burlap string, and we are just going to go underneath the lowest leaves, and we are going to just wrap it around a few of these upper leaves and then around this post. So keeping your big plants like tomatoes and zucchini closer to your posts means that you can support them and tie them up easily. So you can see as I tie it, it's firming up the plant to the actual post itself. I'm sorry if you can't if you're not really getting too much detail. I'm not good at tying knots, so hopefully you guys are better at tying knots. If you have any techniques, let me know, because I've always struggled with it. But the main thing is just giving your plant some more support. So if you can see, it's supported down at the root, and it's got some support at the top, and it's supported up here. So if we do trim some of these bigger leaves, the plant is still going to be secured, especially when these little zucchinis, I don't know if you can see this one, start to actually produce and flower. That extra support is going to be nice because those get extremely heavy. Other than that, we have some beautiful basil. We just showed some tips on thinning it out in the buddies. You can do the same. We're going to thin it out in our hub as well. We've got some nice like micro basil right there, but we're going to let the bigger, healthier ones exist. We have some leftover jalapenos from last season, still some tomatoes, and our beans. I'm really, really excited for the beans. I haven't grown beans in probably 3 years, so those are going to be super fun. And we have a couple other things growing, and so yeah, looking forward for the truchus lettuce as well, and the lemon cucumbers. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, use help at Grow Veggies today. Make sure to add water to your reservoir and nutrients. Hopefully you guys are having a blast. Here is a overview of what our hub currently looks like. So tomatoes, zucchini, basil, beans, truchus lettuce, more beans, some truchus lettuce, jalapenos, lemon cucumbers. And then in the back, there's our coastal mix hanging out in the back. All right, we will see you guys later.